Hello. Time is, got no idea. Time is 10:38 Friday morning. I'm a little bit later leaving than I should have been, and I'm going to Roehampton. I'm riding solo. Gorgeous Kira's working, and I'm going up to Roehampton University to pick up the goat boy. So got to stop for diesel first thing, and we get on our merry way. Oh dear, oh dear. If there's, I just continually forgetting and losing things today. I must have made 4 or 5 attempts to get in the car, and I'm missing the cable. Now I'm missing the mount for the for my phone. Now I've got the cable, but it's the wrong cable, so where's the other cable? Then I forgot the mount for the camera to go onto the tripod, and then just one thing after another. Don't tell me there's traffic lights down here. Fucking yeah, there is. What are they doing to the road here? So anyway, we're going up to Roehampton. 2 ways to get to it really: M3, M25 A3, or M27 A3 straight up. I prefer the M27 A3. It's just a nicer run. I go up the M3 all the time with the truck, so I much prefer the A3. It's a little bit further, a little bit longer, but only by about 5-10 minutes, and that can easily change because of traffic conditions. So there ain't a lot in it really. It's 6.5 dozen. So I'm going to go up the A3. But first we've got to go and get some diesel. We've had news back from the lender. They want some more information from us. And it's bizarre information that they're wanting. It's like, how many holidays do you take a year? And where do you intend to go? We're like, well, we don't intend to go anywhere, but if we do go anywhere over the next... Slow down, you stupid cat. If we do intend to go anywhere over the next couple of years, it'd be going to Holland to see Kira's dad, in which case it's just travelling costs to get across. So it's not like we spend 4 or 5 grand on a holiday to Greece or Mexico or, you know, anything like that. And what they don't want, and because it's solely in Kira's name, and there's 2 reasons for that. Firstly, because of my age, it means it brings, if we go in, we could have mine in, have my name in, but it alters the length of the mortgage that we can have. So we really want to pay it over a longer period, because to bring the prices down, bring the cost down. We're hoping to pay it off earlier, but you know, it just makes more sense to do it that way. They don't take into consideration my wage at all. Although we have had to add things in, like we've put in bracket, which they've accepted and said, well, you know, when we're away, I pay for everything. I mean, that's how it works. That's what we do. You know, my money really is just spending money, and as I don't spend any money, it means that whenever we go out, you know, I buy the drinks, I buy the food, I do everything like that. And I've always got the money to be able to do that. So, clear up in there. So yeah, it just makes, but they don't take that into consideration. So we've had to add that in and say that, but they have, well, they have added that, they have taken that bit into consideration. So, which is good. So hopefully they'll do the same for the holidays, because when we go away, that's how it works when we go away. That's how it works. Well, I'm back to work Monday. Oh, I don't really want to, but you know. Right, I'm going in here. What is it, 139? That'll do. Let's go around the other side because they all seem to be. Oh, see, look, they don't push themselves forward, do they? Come on. What are you doing then? Go around the other side, come on. Dear oh dear. Really? My God. What is earth is wrong with people? She could have gone here. Look. I'm straight in. I've got a big car. Stupid cow. Anyway, speak to you all later. Hello. 50 quid. Diesel don't get you a lot, does it? Oh, it's not very warm. Oh, I could have gone. Always try and get diesel in here if I can. Tesco's is a penny cheaper, but I find that, God alive, that fuel in Tesco's is pretty shite, and their fuel is always better in there. Had problems in the past. Anyone else ever had problems with Tesco's or supermarkets? I had problems in an old Mitsubishi Pajero, which is the Japanese Shogun, or the UK Shogun. Is that person going to slow down? They're better at. Don't get right up behind the horse, you stupid cat. Oh my word. Unbelievable. They went, there was another car behind me that come through, and they went right through by the side of the car and the horse. Unreal. Just looking at me mirror. Unbelievable. Why would you do that? So this is probably one of the worst days that I could travel on. Gorgeous Kira said to me, "Oh, we'll go up in the evening." You've got to be having a laugh, ain't you? Ran the M25 at 5 o'clock at night on a Friday, the last Friday before, last working week before Christmas. I said, nah, no chance. So I'm not even entertaining that. That's a great place to park, isn't it? Well done. Is this going to be like the rest of the day? Is going to be like this with fucking idiots everywhere? Am I going to get riled like I did last night? I only went out. I went out to get one thing last night and I couldn't get it. And I was at a set of traffic lights at a four-way crossing. And I was waiting to come round, and the lights for me are on red. And the people coming from the left, turning right into the junction where I was sat, were turning in on a green light. And he stops on the red light for people coming opposite me, for everyone else. It's like, your light's green, you idiot, what are you stopping for? And he's got 3 or 4 cars behind him that totally blocked everything up. And of course he's on a red light now, because it's my red light. It's just, and he started gobbing off at me. I said, you're the one who's in the wrong, mate, you clown. In fact, I wasn't even that polite, because I was trying to wave him through. I flashed a couple of times and tried to wave him through, and he was like, giving it all the hand, you know. And as he come through, he gobbed off at me because he had to stop next to me. So I let rip. Oh, I wasn't very festive last night, I must admit. And I think that's rubbed on a bit this morning. So, through the forest, we head towards Southampton. Tree down here, on the right. thing about the New Forest is that you can't pick the wood up from the forest. I mean, you can't really pick the wood up from anywhere, you see, you know, without permission. But if you ask permission here, you'd be denied straight away. So they just let it. That's why you see so many trees down, and they're just rotting away. They could be actually used for stuff, but no. Not in the forest. You can have a license to do it. But it's a nasty junction, this, because they come super fast from the left, and it's poor visibility to the right. So there's always plenty of accidents here. Shitloads of traffic coming from Christchurch. The other way takes us towards Southampton, out towards Lyndhurst. I'll go to Lyndhurst, turn left at Lyndhurst and out to Cadnam, pick up the M27 at Cadnam. I reckon I can nail it. No, I can't. They decided to put that signal on at the last minute. Can't see left, I'm good to go. So, nasty junction. So, although we're in no rush, I don't really want to spend Friday in the car. So rarely do we record going along this road in daylight. So this is the A35 to Lyndhurst. Quite a nice drive, although it can be a bit sketchy when I come along it, you know, if I leave on a Monday morning, early hours, 2, 3, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, there's always a risk of deer crossing the road or just leaping out in front of you, and that is often the case along this road. There's a lot of deer. There's no I'd say there's no horses. If they break through a fence, there's occasionally horses, and it is known, but rare. But deer, plenty of deer along this stretch of road. In the early hours or late, or in the evenings, you know, late evenings. Traffic dies down a bit, and they don't get spooked by the traffic. Although they generally don't, you know, they're used to the traffic, so they don't get spooked by it at all. In fact, they're too used to it. That's why they get killed. My feet are warming up, that's good. little while back they cut all the verges back, which was good. It really opened it out. You can see where the verge used to be on the left there, and on the right to a degree, and that was quite heavily bushed, which of course meant that you couldn't see if there were deer there. You know, you got a bit more visibility these days. You got a chance of missing them. Tree down. So like I said, we're going up to Roehampton, up to the university there to pick up Goat Boy. This is his last year at uni. Well, we think it is. He might be going back to do another year for doing his masters yet. We'll see. I suspect he will. More cost, but you know, that's the price you pay for education, isn't it? If you lived in Scotland, you don't have to worry about university fees. They're free. Down here we're paying sort of £9,500 for university fees, and then accommodation on top of that, which is a similar sort of money, 10 grand. So if any of you got young kids and they're plan ahead and start saving for the university fees. Either that or move to Scotland. You got to live up there for 3 or 4 years, I think, before you qualify. But even so, if they're at primary school, move on up. Forest is looking pretty wet. A lot of standing water. Don't know if you're wobbling around. I know a couple of videos recently have been quite wobbly. So I apologise for that, but not much I can do. Wobbly. I used to know a bloke called Wobbly. He was an antiques dealer. Well, he is an antiques dealer. He's still an antiques dealer. Absolutely barking mad. He's pissed most of the times. You know when someone's dressed quite, you know, like and he's quite eccentric, and you know when you look at someone and you can sort of guess their profession. Oh, here we go. What's going on here? That's tankers. That's all right. You can sort of guess their profession. You'd look at him and go, yeah, he's in tweed and really colourful shoes and ties and bow ties and just a bit flamboyant. And you look at him and you go, he's got to be an antiques dealer. You guess right. And he rides around his car of choice used to always be Volvo Estates. But he's obviously doing well these days because he's now rolling. Well, I'll say doing well. He's probably he's all right. He's not short of money. He's got an old Rolls Royce that he batters around in, or he used to anyway. I haven't seen him for a good few years, but he was always good for a story. It was old Wobbly. He was always good for a story. Some of the I can't even begin to tell you what he used to get up to, because I don't wish to incriminate myself just in the fact of knowing him. But they were outrageous. Nice dungarees, mate. Looks like you're about to go to work, but really all you're doing is going down to the pub, isn't it? Yeah. See, that's new money coming into the forest, that is. What, I think they blend in. So this is Lyndhurst. This is normal. You ought to see it in the summer. You're queuing up way back past that pub there sometimes. Take half hour to get through here, so you know. It's a place to be avoided during normal working hours or daylight hours. Not so bad if you're doing 2-3 o'clock in the morning, but normally it takes me about 40 minutes to get into Southampton. Half an hour to 40 minutes if I'm driving early hours. And back again. Somebody beeped. I don't know what they're beeping at. I'm on a pedestrian crossing here, so I ain't moving forward. Unlike the van. And yeah, it took me over 2 hours to get back a little while back. They've got more tiles on the side of that hotel there than they have on the roof. Ridiculously expensive. Got a mate who lives in Lyndhurst, and I don't quite understand why he decided to move here. It's just, yeah, it's a nice little town, but not in the summer it isn't. It's full of mind-numbingly. Oh, the Mad Hatter, the cafe back there, the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. It's closed. It's a shame. It's been there years. They got some, and you can tell there's money down here because you've got this camper van garage here, and I'll shout out some of the prices for those. 47, 52, £110,000 for an MAN van that's been converted. £110,000 for a panel van that's been converted. You must be off your rocker. The trouble is, people with money come down here, spend the weekend because they think it's the place to be, because it is in the forest, and they go home and they go, oh, we like a slice of that, let's buy a camper van. Okay, darling. Let's do that. Because there's also in the centre of town, in the middle of the Lyndhurst, there's a Ferrari garage, and it's one of the biggest Ferrari garages in the UK. So that's why there's money down here. And trailer envy. And yeah, so they come down here, and that's who buys that sort of stuff. People with more money than sense. Because for 110,000 you can have a coach built camper van, which is twice as big, or you know, even if you weren't going for something big, price is nice for less, and save yourself 40-50 grand. 110,000 for a converted panel van. You just got to be, you're just off your rocker, aren't you? Don't come out, you. I thought you was going to come out a bit far then. So that was Lyndhurst. This takes me straight out to Cadnam now. Got an ETA up at Goat Boy of 12:51. We've lost a minute. But that's going M3 way, so and it won't rejig itself until I go past the M3 turning, past Randoms. So I'll probably put you on then, and we can see how long it's going to take us. So I'll probably keep telling me to turn around, won't it? Maybe repairing fence, yeah, repairing fence. Or clearing back from the fence line. Takes some doing to manage a forest, you know, properly. People don't realise what a... It's not straightforward, you know, you don't just leave a forest to do what it wants to do. If you want a... that tree's going to go, innit? Blimey, look at the state of it. If you want a vibrant, thriving forest, you do have to maintain it. You need careful management. I used to live up near a place called Three-Legged Cross, and I lived in a caravan, and I lived on a campsite. And the guy that owned the campsite is an old boy, but really interesting. He was prisoner of war during the Korean War. He was a prisoner of war in World War II. In Korea, or around Korean area, around there somewhere, and he hates the Japanese to this day. Won't have anything Japanese. He even objected to me having a Mitsubishi. But it was a really nice bloke to talk to, and he for many years, although he had a farm, he specialised in woodland management. And when he got to he was an old boy. He must have been. He's probably gone by now because he was in his 90s when I knew him. That was 15 years ago, 20 years ago. And he used to do consultancy work for a rather large estate up in the Midlands somewhere. Oh, what am I doing? I'm going completely the wrong way because I'm talking. I need to go round and roundabout. And he did consultancy work for this rather large landowner, and he got to a point. He said, "Look, I'm slowing down a bit. I can't do the drive." And he says, "No problem. We'll the owners of the land said, no problem. We'll send a car for you." So for a few years, he said they sent a car for me, and then it started to get. I can't be doing the journey. It's a 3.5, 4 hour journey up, sometimes longer, depending on the traffic. He said, "Look, I'm going to have to go. I just can't do the car journey." And they said, "Well, we'll come up. You stay in a hotel, then you come back with all expenses. We'll sort you out." No, he said, "Look, I need to." And he said, "Look." Then the landowner said, "Look, if I can get you guarantee within under an hour to get here." And he said, "Well, how are you going to, would you do it?" And he says, "Well, how are you going to do that?" And he says, "Leave it with me, I'll tell you." So he used to send a helicopter for him. And he had a helicopter to, I've got a bloke on my outside to the left here, and I can probably put money on it that he's going to go the same way as I want to go. Let's see if he does. No, he's gone that way, good. He just looked the type. So, they used to send a helicopter down from Birmingham to come and pick him up down in the forest here, and fly him up and then fly him back after he'd done his consultancy work. He had a Rottweiler called Bodicea. And she was really fierce. He used to go and knock on the door, and you used to have to ring a bell on the outside of their gate. You couldn't just walk in the garden. She'd come herring out, and there was a big metal fence there that stopped her from jumping over, because she'd have been through the fence. She'd have ripped you to shreds. And as soon as he'd come out and go, "Bodicea, it's all right," and after a while she got to know me anyway, so I was there for quite a while. Go and sit and have a cup of tea in their kitchen. and she'd come and she'd sit and then just rest her head on your leg. Now you could never go in with clean clothes on, because you got up and your jeans were just wet with slobber and whatever she'd been eating. Ugh. But she was a beautiful dog, a lovely dog, and once you got to know her, she was soppy as anything. But the first few times I met her, my God alive, she was scary. You wouldn't want to break into her house in the dead of night. You wouldn't get out again. So yeah, no, she was a lovely, lovely dog. And being a typical farmer, he'd already dug a hole for her for when she died. She was getting on a bit, and he made her jump into it to make sure she'd fit. They were dairy farmers, and after the foot and mouth outbreak, they lost the dairy herd, and they closed the parlour down and just went into. They rented some fields out. They had a bit of beef, cattle, had some Dexters, I think. Just raised them for beef, and in the end they got a bit bored of that and just left them to natural life. And they were quite feral out in the fields. And they did. Their son did tree surgery, and that's what they carried on with. They had they did contractors, tree surgery contractors for other farms, edge cutting and all that malarkey. Really nice. And they were lovely. It was an old boy and an old girl, and then the son, John his name was, and they're just lovely, lovely family. Yeah, so enjoy talking to them. He had some stories, mostly about the hatred of Japanese. Sorry if there's anyone from Japan watching this, but you know, there were some bad times, weren't there? You know. Well, I want to get it on cruise, but going to be on and off it. This 70 mile an hour, you just, on our roads, you struggle to keep it at a set speed because of loons in front of you. I'm on cruise at the moment. So on the M27 now. Saying 12:53, so take that with a pinch of salt. 9 degrees. I'm in my shorts. Although I was looking at the temperatures the other day, and where we're going, near Huntley, it was 15 degrees. Temperature just shot up again. I think it's got colder again since, but it's just very strange, the temperatures. So you all like the questions and answers session that we did. If you've got any other questions about what we're doing and how we're doing it, feel free to leave a comment below. We'll try and answer them as we go. I suspect we'll do more of them as things progress. You know, because if you've watched that video all the way through, there's so many things that we'll be showing you as we go along, and I think I'll try and do maybe a series of videos on certain things. Because we're going to be juggling, spinning plates, lots of different plates all at the same time. So I think I'm going to have to try and keep it all in different different, a series of things like the campsite or the quails or the barns or the stables or the renovation work. I think that's the only way we can do it successfully. We've thought up a new name for the channel. No good me changing it yet. Although I need to be in that right hand lane, so I don't know why I really did that. That was stupid of me. I'll wait for this blue car to go by me. A little Bath, I think, by the looks of it. Is it in a Bath? No, it's a little either a 1.2 or 1.4 Sport. So normally I'd turn left here, but I'll just get fed up with driving up the M3 and going up through Winchester. I'll just go this way for a different change. I go out to sort of Portsmouth and straight out the A3. We'll see how far it takes. So at the moment it's where I turn off here. It's saying I'm 76 miles away and I'd get there at 12:52. So I know it's going to take me a little bit longer and it's a little bit further, but I'm in no rush. Yeah, looks like these roadworks are still here up here. They're saying 12:58, but it's still telling me to loop back on myself, so. See how long it takes to tell me whether I'm going when it eventually susses I'm going up the A3. $50 miles an hour, there's speed cameras all along here, so we better play the game. Still telling me to turn round, so if I was going to turn round I'd be coming off here, looping round this roundabout and going back. I'm going to move over a lane. Well, at least the sun's shining. Speed limit doesn't apply to him. He's got like his cloak of invisibility on. I was debating this morning, should I bring my sunglasses? No, I won't need them. Idiot. They've only just finished this stretch of road, right? I can't remember what they were doing to it, but I think they were putting all the new drainage and everything in. So they've finished draining it, and this was all concrete. And now they've decided now that they'll redo it with 55% complete. Oh my god, it's another couple of years of this, I reckon. Then. So they are tarmacking the concrete, because the concrete used to be horrendous, remember? But they couldn't have done that when they were doing all the drainage along the side of the road. Couldn't they have all done it at the same time? Because it was down to 2 lanes then, and putting the crash barriers up the middle. Because you'd have thought that would have been the, you know, all these concrete things here, like. Because you'd have thought that would have been the sensible thing to do, wouldn't you? Do it all at the same time, and all the groundwork that they've done on the left-hand side, look, you know. That would be, yeah, that would make sense. No, we'll do it all separately. I don't know whether that's incompetence or whether it is good plan. Maybe it is the way to do it. I don't know. What do I know? But it doesn't make any sense to me. It's a crazy world we live in, isn't it? Crazy world. I think it's worked out the way to go now, and it's 80 miles, 12:59, so it's about 7 or 8 minutes longer and a few extra miles. Neither here nor there, really. Like I said, no rush today. Moment, well, no rush at all, really. Get there when I get there, and we get home when we get home. It's not like we've got anything else planned today. We'll see what mood he's in when we pick him up. I'm a little bit worried about him. If I'm totally honest, I'm more than a little bit. I'm worried about him. He's not keen on that. I think I've said this before. He's not keen on the move to Scotland. For him, we're moving to like out of Mongolia. I think I've said this before, and there's a number of reasons behind that. His girlfriend lives down here, and I think that's one of the biggest reasons. And he just can't see why we're moving to Scotland. He cannot see it at all. You know, he really struggles with the concept of why we're moving to Scotland, which when we've explained it to him, he still doesn't seem to get or grasp, or doesn't want to. And you know, and he came back with, one of the things he came back with was you moved to Scotland, how am I going to see my friends? Well, first, before that, I need to take it back a step. We said to him, do you want to live and work in New Milton? He said, no, I don't want to live and work in New Milton. So we said, so why are you not happy about us moving out of New Milton? And he said, well, where am I going to stay when I see my friends? I said, run that past us again. And even Garrett said, what? He said, well, where am I going to stay? I said, well, hang on a minute, mate. I said, are you seriously saying that you think we should stay in New Milton for the odd couple of weekends? Because bear in mind, you will be working, so it won't be like you're coming down here for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. Hardly unlikely. So you seem to think that we're going to be staying here for a couple of weekends a year when you come down and see your mates. That's not how it works. That's you know, we didn't say as much, but you know, it's like, that ain't happening, mate. That's unreasonable. And he said, well, yeah. So, you know, that's what he thought. And I guess, you know, We said, well, you do what we do. And it's like, what's that? If we want to go and see our friends, we go and see them. So we go and stay somewhere. We either go and stay with them, or we book a hotel, or we go away on holiday together, or, you know, we do. That's what grown-ups do, mate. Yeah, but what, you know, it's like, well, why can't you stay here? Because why don't you want to stay here? Well, because it's shite. Well, there you go. I just, what are they doing? So I do, struggle with his mindset a little bit. Well, I don't struggle. I just worry about his mindset of where he's actually, what angle he's coming in from, you know. And I appreciate. Yes, it's new. Yes, it's new. It's going to be living in a different place, and you're going to be unfamiliar with the area. But you're not 8 and starting a new school. You're 21, finished university, and you should be making your way in the world, fella. So yeah, I don't quite get it. Don't quite get it. Maybe I'm a certain, you know, maybe it's because of the, you know, I left home at 15. I had my 16th birthday in the army a few weeks after I joined up, and I never really went home, you know. And you know, I grew up independent and made my way, you know. But it's the way of the world today, isn't it? You know, the kids are different these days. Okay, how about moving over one, mate? Or am I going to have to... Don't break your fucking clang. Right. We can go now. He's a young lad. He should know better. He's only just passed his test. He should know not to fucking brake like that. Over the handle. Another loon brake in there. I was going to go into the left-hand lane, but no, I'm not going to, because they decided that the Peugeot, the car in the middle there, they're the one who's indicating left, decided this dopey bastard here sat in the middle lane. Too busy yapping, you stupid cow. Oh my god alive. I'm going to be a raging wreck by the time I get home tonight. I want to get to Scotland and I don't want to drive on busy roads again. Fuck me. Right, cruise is on. Let's see how long I can keep it on for. Not long, I suspect. See, why doesn't this car on the right here move into the left-hand lane? That white Range Rover I overtook, she's still stuck in the middle lane. Just sat there. couple of breaks there. Four lanes. Move over in a minute or two. I think this lane goes off in a minute, but and there's a truck up ahead. He ain't going to be doing 70. Go behind me, let me out. So we're doing 70 and we're not even on 1,500 revs. She sips fuel. Just sips it. It's a 4.3 V8 diesel in this. And she's really good on fuel. You'd have thought she'd have been thirsty as hell, but because she doesn't have to work very hard, you get good fuel economy. Whether we're going to get past these guys here or not, I don't know, but yeah, there's a truck up ahead that's going to cause people problems, or he was. Warmed up to 11 degrees down here. Double figures. Not sure what the day is today. Is it not the 21st, is it, by any chance? Long if it is, it's the longest day. No, it's not. It's the shortest day even. Shortest day. He's going over one on my son. I'll have to go back out again now, won't I? Am I? Yep. Ah, we're running out of road. So we'll sit at 60 then, shall we, in the outside lane? Then this boy's going to shit himself. Because he's now in the outside lane. So we're sort of creeping up on Portsmouth. Got just under 5 miles till we have to come off. And we'll be on the A3. Tide's in case you're wondering. Stay in this lane, gets a bit messy as you go around this next bend and lanes merging in. So what do you all reckon about all these drones and orbs and everything that's going on in America at the moment? All seems to be a bit ridiculous. You know, the emphasis seems to be on the drones, but not on the orbs of whatever they are, the unidentified. Well, they don't call them UFOs anymore, do they? They seem to go away from that. They've stopped using that term at UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomenon. That phenomenon. I love that word. Phenomenon. And they seem to be calling them that now. And the Americans again, they're releasing statements like, it's no possible threat. It's no threat at all. Don't worry about it. So what are they? Well, we don't know. So how can it not be a threat then? They're just commercial planes. No, they're not. If we've got no worries or concerns, why are airports being shut? Well, we don't have an answer for that, but don't worry about it. So, you know, it's you don't know what to make out, do you? Are we being spun a yarn? Is it all bullshit? Or should we be a little bit more concerned? No, the tide's actually out. It's not out, but it's not in either. I'd say it's more out. In, well, in out. More out than in. I've got to come off here. A mile to go. Left-hand lane. So yeah, what do you reckon? I don't. There's more to it than meets the eye. There's plenty of conspiracies about it. They're saying that there might be some nuclear product or from medical grade nuclear uranium that's gone amiss, and they're trying to track it down. I'm not entirely sure that, you know, that could account for the. That could account for the drones that are being seen all over the place. But that doesn't account for the drones that is being seen in various other countries now. And people are saying, oh, it's just hobbyists with their, their little hobby drones. No, these are big, they're big things, you know. These things cost 10 grand upwards. That's not your average bloke with a little DJI, quadcopter that goes out and you know, hovers above your house and watches you on a golf course. You know, that's not sort of these aren't those sort of drones. These are big old drones that cost around 10 grand a throw, and upwards. They're not hobbyists. And those sort of drones all have signatures off of them, so that when, you know, they're classed as, there's certain rules and regulations to fly something like that. You have to have a license, you have to be authenticated, they have to have a signature beep off of them, so they can be identified by air traffic control and things like that. And they haven't got any of that. So none of that makes sense whatsoever. So you're being spun a yarn there. But that doesn't answer the question of what of all these the different other sightings, the orbs. So some of the pilots are seeing them and saying that they're going at excessive speed. These aren't commercial drones. These are things that don't make sense. So I don't know. And these orbs aren't just being seen in one part of the world. In America, one part of America, they're being seen all in lots of different places. There's sightings all over different parts of the world, and you got to ask the question of what is really going on, what is happening. We all know that governments lie to us. You know, that's basically what they do, don't they? You know, they have they have a loose script, but they're in like serious freestyle at every given opportunity, and they go off piste with what they're trying to achieve and what they want the narrative to hold up to. You know, none of it really makes any real sense. So I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to believe. If anyone has any thoughts, again, you know, you can't be immune to the information that's coming through. So I'm sure everyone's got an opinion on Porsche hitting it hard. Go on, my son. You know, there's something not right, but I can't put my finger on it. Obviously. It's above my pay grade, but there's something not quite right. At some point, the whole situation will I suspect, just disappear, and we will never get to the bottom of it. But for a government organisation to say, and this is the bit that gets me, and this is the bit that throwing a lot of people, they're saying there's nothing to worry about, but we don't know what they are. Well, shouldn't you be worried about? If you don't know what they are, shouldn't you be worried about it? You know, because that doesn't make any sense. You know, you're having commercial airfields and military airfields shut down because of these things, yet you don't seem to know what they are. So how about letting us in on the little secret here and giving us an idea? And, you know, otherwise you get conspiracy theorists going, the reason you're not telling us is because there's something horrendous either happened or about to happen, and you want to prevent mass hysteria. At the moment you can sort of contain it, but something will slip out at some point. I don't know. World's a mad place, isn't it? The world is a mad, mad place. Go on in. No. Oh, you cock. He was battling on down then. He could have easily got ahead of me there. No, slammed the brakes on. Right. I've ranted on for long enough, I think. I'll speak to you all later when I get a little bit further up the road. Speak to you later.